Hey, IFBB Pro, Johnnie O Jackson here, and you're now watching The Hardcore Truth with Johnnie O Jackson. Welcome in, everybody, to The Hardcore Truth. This episode, this week, I will be talking about a little bit of a sensitive subject, especially for one bodybuilder in particular that I've spoken to. But I think personally that also it will cause an impact on the bodybuilding world as well. Once this decision has come about. What I'm talking about right now is 212 champion Shaun Clarida. Okay, we all know, or if you don't know, you'll know now that he is qualified to compete not only in the 212 Mr. Olympia, but also the Open Mr. Olympia as well. And Shaun wholeheartedly wants to compete in both of the events. Now, it's been a long time, and I know there hasn't been a competitor that's been a 212 competitor that has competed in both Mr. Olympia 212 and Mr. Olympia Open. You know, I know Flex Lewis was our 212 champion for a long time, and we all know and expected him to jump into the Open sooner or later, because that's where he came from as well. Before they implemented the 212, he came from competing in Open anyway. Then he decided to go into 212 and looked the best and was the best for multiple years. But like I said, ultimately we thought we would see him, back into the Open class at the Mr. Olympia, but he never decided to. But now this kid, Sean Clarida, which I'm a big fan. I don't know if you are, but I really am a big fan of his. I love the way he trains. I love his attitude. I like everything about the guy. He's really down to earth. If you talk to him, as a matter of fact, I talked to him the other day just to get his, statement on, what he think about this, what is going on with it, and if it was still going on, because I heard about it, but then it kind of faded out. So I didn't want to report something that, actually had got smashed or actually got taken care of, or he kind of changed his mind on it. But no, he wholeheartedly wants to compete both in the Mr. Olympia 212 and the Open Mr. Olympia. But right now he's being told that he has to choose one or the other. Um, I don't understand this myself, because I know when we had the Master Mr. Olympia, I know there was quite a few competitors that competed in the Open, and then as well as the Master Mr. Olympia. So I don't know why it would be a problem for him to compete in a 212, a Mr. Olympia, and then jump into, the Open Mr. Olympia. Only way I see that this couldn't happen or shouldn't happen is if it's happening at the same time, which we know it isn't. Friday night is, the 212, and then, Saturday is the Open guys. So I can't see why this guy can't do what he's dreaming about doing. He always already accomplished one dream of his, where we saw this all through the year where there was no plan B, and he didn't need a plan B because he did turn, Mr. Olympia at 212. So I congratulate him then, and I congratulate him again now. We know right now Derek Lunsford is the 212 Mr. Olympia. And hell, Derek's so big and so oddly a 212 competitor, because he totally doesn't look that way, but he is officially unbelievable. But this guy can also compete in the Open, Open class show or Open Mr. Olympia as well. He's not qualified like Shaun is for the Open, Mr. Olympia, but I'm sure if he, tried, he definitely would accomplish it. There's no doubt in my mind. Anyway, so I don't know why there's a problem. I did reach out to Dan Sullivan to get a statement from him, because that's who Shaun said he talked to, and who's right now telling him that he has to choose one or the other. He can't do both. So I reached out to Dan because I would love to hear his statement on why isn't it, or why it is a good idea, and why it's not happening, or will it ever happen? we all want to know. We all need to know. We all deserve to know. So hopefully he'll get back with me, and I can do a follow up on this, and we can figure out this thing here, because I really think that it's important for us to have choices. That's why we're here in America. That's what makes America great, is to wake up in the morning and have the choice to go left, go right, up, down, whichever way you decide to go. That's your right to do it. And I'm not talking about something that the guy is asking for, or getting lent out to him, or a handout, like I said, or a special invite or anything like this. This guy earned the right to compete in both. So that's what really is confusing to me, is like I said, not a handout, not a special invite he's asking for. And mind you, these special invites has been handed out, previous years in different competitions. The Arnold and the Olympia guys have gotten, special invites. So, but this is something he's asking for. This is something that he competed. He won the Legends, qualified to go in the Open Mr. Olympia. He placed second place at, the Mr. Olympia 212. So he automatically qualifies for next year to compete, in the 212. So I don't know why, something that you earn, you know what I mean? You can't do it. You can't live it. You can't do it. It makes no sense to me. Um, like I said, that's why we're here in America. That's why we live in America. That's why we love America, because we have choices here. You know, it really personally, sticks into me, knowing that this is going on. But hopefully, like I said, we can get it straightened out, and then figure out what's going on. If not, to why this isn't happening, or why it will happen. Yeah, I just want to know, seriously, because these guys deserve it, and it could be you or I in this situation. Um, like I said, I know I'm talking about one person, but ultimately, we have so many, competitors that are up and coming, that are awesome, that, can flip flop, in different categories and be successful. So this could happen, down the road in the near future. And I think this is the time now that we can answer this question and get this, you put this question to bed, and move on down the road, because I think we're going to have a lot more freaks like Sean himself that's going to come down the road in here near future, and be able to do the same thing. And I think they should have a right, if they qualify, if they earn the right to do it. Anyway, so again, also, if I can say, I think it's a great idea to intermix, the 212 with the open, because you know the open guys lately, we've had like the Arnold, we had the Boston Pro, and it's hard. These shows just happen, so the competitors in these shows, they look incredible. But we had, some shows leading up to these couple shows that competitors were a little off, and some of the top competitors were a little off. So I think implementing the 212 guys, where each and every time these guys get on stage, I think they come in immaculate shape. Size, symmetry, conditioning, that grainy hard look, the posing, well-rounded athletes. And I surely, you would think that they would want to. Some of them jump into the open class, but I think it's not happening, because some of the shows that we've seen, like I said, some of the open guys have come off, but they still get a pass, and that conditioning is not really talked about so much. It's more about how the size of the guy. And that's not what bodybuilding is all about. Is just size. Of course, you got to have size. We're talking about professional bodybuilding, but also we need symmetry. We need conditioning. We need that grainy, hard look. We need the posing. You got to be a well-rounded athlete, well-rounded bodybuilder. Not just one single thing should be able to win the show. And I'm not saying that a lot of shows are like this, but here and there, sometimes it makes us go, really? Because some of the guys have come off a bit, and I think implementing the 212 guys where they've been, like I said, coming in immaculate shape. I think this will push the open guys, to not do this anymore, to really challenge themselves to step up and come to each and every show in the condition that they should and that we pay for and that we wait to see, that we're fans of. So I really do think that, implementing these guys into the open class, letting these guys compete in an open class. Now, I haven't heard, or I don't think that anyone that's 212 will get blocked into going into an open show. Obviously not, because Shaun Clarida won the Legends show, right after the Mr. Olympia, and he got second place, and he decided he wanted to jump in the open and test his will in that. And man, he came out on top. He looked incredible for it as well. So I think the culture should change. I think the 212 guys should stop taking the back seat, and I think some of them really want to be in the forefront, and some of them think they should be in the forefront. So why not take the wheel? You know what I mean? Stop, like I said, be in the back seat, step up, jump in some of these open shows and challenge some of these bigger guys, that are coming in not in that great condition. And you guys can take over and, win some of these shows, win a little bit more money. Because the open class, hey, it is what it is, get paid more than the 212 class. It is what it is. The open guys are the featured guys. Hey, so why don't you guys turn around, be the featured guy as well, jump in some of these open shows, win some of these open shows, go back to the 212, bring that spotlight back to the 212, and challenge the 212 guys that hadn't jumped into an open and see if they're good enough to beat you. Man, they can stir up the pot and get some really good competition going amongst guys and amongst competitors. And I think it'll be, what I mean, more entertaining than ever, more appreciated than ever. The look on stage, the 212 guys, the smaller guys, and they created the 212 because, it is what it is. I normally say, and I still believe, any good big guy will beat any great little guy. But if the big guy is a little bit off, that small great guy will get his, what, no doubt. So I would love to see that controversy. I would love to see that happen. I would love to see that competition going on. I would love to see the 212 guys get the recognition that they really deserve, and the way you guys can get that is jump in the open and show your worth. That's all you need to do, guys. I'm trying to tell you. Anyway, like I said, personally, I think, it's a bad deal if Shaun can't compete in both. And only reason why is because the weight class is two different weight classes. Only way I see that he shouldn't be able to do it is if they're running at the same time and he can't get on, both stage or, do both. I don't know. I think he can, even at that. But I just would like to know the reason why he can't. I think he should. I'd like to hear you guys' comments about it. Let me know how you feel. I think this guy should get a pass as well as any other guy who 212 or not, to get on stage, do what they love, improve themselves if that's what they want to do. Thank you guys for coming in. I'm Johnnie O. Jackson. Make sure you comment on this subject. I really would like to hear a statement back from Dan and find out what's going on and what's in their head on that side, to clear it up for us on this side. So hopefully we'll get something from him. I could do, like I said, a recap on this and, explain what's going on. So guys, share, like it if you like it, dislike it. You don't have to. You don't worry about disliking it. Just like it if you like it. I'm just kidding. Like it, dislike it, no matter what. All comments are great comments. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching. I'm Johnnie O. Jackson. We'll see you next week.